Well, here we are, fishing fans, out on the Congers at last. It's definitely getting colder, so we're out on the Tamar. We've got the king of Lord Billy over there.
There he is.
There he is, look. Yeah, Wingman's on the case tonight. Nice to be back out with Brett. Nice one, mate. So yeah, Conger series. I've been ganging to start this, and just to let you know, the other series aren't finished. It's just you know, it is getting a lot colder now, and it's been basically flooded out for what, best part of a week now. There's been torrential rain, and you know, I've finished with the mullet for a while, just for a while. The wrasse, I'm nearly done on the wrasse now. I've got a couple more outings on them. So yeah, my thoughts now firmly, you know, switch to eels and bass this time of year. So we're down here, and I'm just going to do a little bait up demo. So I've just arrived, right? So I've put my gloves on. Yeah, I am a bit of a pussy, but you know, I don't really want to spend the night drenched in cuttling or mackerel or whatever. So I'm just going to do this and get it done. So we've got two rods here. We've got the beautiful Competition Match GT, and my trusty naggers here as well. Look, so I've got the nagger as well. We've got two big, you know, beefy strong reels on there. I mean, conger fishing, you need big gear, right? You need big stiff rods. You need either big fixed ball reels with strong line and a shot leader, or you need multipliers, 40-pound line straight through, no messing, no leader, nothing like that. 40 pounds straight through, and that will never let you down. So we've got basically the same rig on each one here. Look, let's just have a quick look at the rig. So there you go, look, so there's my weight link there. It's just it's a running ledger, and obviously the link there to the lead is a weak link. That's 20-pound line. So in theory, if that gets snagged, you've got more of a chance of that, you know, snapping out. You could pull that out and still get your gear back. Or if you get a fish take, very often if you get jammed in, you know, a 20-pound eel will rip that out no problem and snap it for you. So you know, it's not a big problem. So yeah, 200-pound mono, not 250. I've just gone 200 today, right? It's plenty thick enough. Look, you could hang yourself with that twice. And on the business end, I only ever use one hook. I've tried to, it doesn't work. I've been schooled to use one. I've gone against that schooling, and I've basically messed up, and I've lost a couple of eels by just basically, just waiting for this wind a minute. Just basically doing my own thing, and you know, I want to find out for myself. I want to get it wrong, you know, and I want to learn from my mistakes. That's what I do. So there we've got a nice big 10-0 Tronics hooligan there, look. So that is my preferred hook. That always goes in and out the cheek, a nice cheek piercing for Mr. Conger. And they don't snap. They're very heavy wire. And yeah, that's what I go for, because it's a semicircle, so it's not a full circle, and it's better than a J hook, because you know, J hooks are, you know, they're going out of fashion now.
What I say, they're 10 times better, and the catfish hook.
The catfish hook is a definite no-no. I mean, good job you brought that up, because a year or two ago I persuaded Brett to buy 100 of these cheap hooks from China. I think they were a tenner, you know, so they were 10p each, man. And
still got 50.
And they arrived, and I was like, oh yeah. And okay, 1 out of 10 was blunt, you know, and I was like, oh, can't wait. And you know what? I don't think I caught one eel on those bloody hooks, and it soon realised that I was losing more eels than I was even hooking up. And eventually I had to then bully Brett into throwing his hooks away, the rest of them. So he threw away about 50 hooks. I binned mine, you know, that's it. So, you know, you live and learn, like, you know, we're not all experts. So yeah, so right, let's do this bait up. So we've got two rigs, exactly the same hooks, everything like that. So mackerel head and gut, right? I'm selling these in my shop now for £1, right? A quid for 4 heads. That's cheap head, right? So all I'm going to do is get this one out, right? And this is simplicity itself. I've been experimenting just this last week with this bait, and it seems to, and it's a better option than using a whole mackerel or a soft, like a whole pilchard, because they can't really trash these heads. They've either got to swallow them, or what tends to happen is they'll knock them off the hook and they'll go up the line. So they'll hook themselves and they'll knock the mackerel head away, and you wind in and your mackerel head's up the line, and Mr. Conger's there pinned in the lip, and you're like, oh, nice one. So you take the hook out, put the conger back, slide the mackerel back down, like wiggle it through, and then you've got another, you've got a bait again. You don't have to change it. I mean, obviously I'm not going to put that same bait out again and again and again. I'll use it twice, yeah? So this is really easy. Sorry about the wind, bloody northwesterlies. So look, it's still a little bit frozen actually, so look, I'm just going to go right up through the snout like that, and that's it. Right, you might think, well, that's going to come off. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Right, so the conger will come along and he'll hit that whichever way he wants to. And as I say, quite often this ends up your main line. As they're trying to get it, and you're obviously hooking them, this will slide up the main line away, and that will just be a lovely hook hold there. Look. So yeah, so that's one bait, and it may not look much, but that is a really good bait. And as a bycatch, you can catch a big bass with that. A very big bass will come along and eat that. And I've left like the guts in and everything, like when I filleted the mackerel. So there you go. So that's bait number one. And I'm just going to lob this just literally over the wall. We're right on high tide now, so I'm going to just lob this over the wall, straight down the wall really, and just see if I can get like a 10-pounder or something out, because quite often they'll come round here on the high tide, especially when it's dark, and they'll hoover up things like this, because obviously people catch fish here and they throw them back. So there you go. So that's one bait. That's the mackerel, yeah. So moving on, and this is my favourite bait, all-time favourite bait, the cuttlefish. I absolutely love using cuttle. It is the best conger bait. I don't care what anybody says. I've had most of my success on it. Right, these are tiny. I mean, I usually use a lot bigger than this, but this is, I think, the last of last year's cuttlefish. So there you are, look. So that's Mr. Cuttle there. Look, that's the top half. You can see there's a cuttle bone inside there. Look, the budgies eat. Right, then underneath, that's his underside. He's full of ink. There's a little ink sac in the back here. And you very often pierce that when you're going through with a hook, and it makes a mess and it's horrible, But they've got a little exhaust pipe there, Brett, if you can see. That's their sort of breathing tube. You can just see it there, look. And that's how they sort of breathe. And I try and come out with my hook out of that little tube, because I just like it. It's almost like it was made for my hook to go up through. So So let's get this rigged up before my nose just keeps on running. Right, so I always go up from the top. Hang on, take the bone out first. So bone out first, yeah? The best way to do this is to squeeze here. You can see the shape of it there. It's just under the skin. And if you just literally push here, there you go, look. That pops out, okay? So all that is calcium, right? It's not a problem. You can throw that in the ocean and nobody's going to tell you off. So here we go. So there's the underside, there's the top side. So I always come up through the underside here. And there you go, I've just hit, see the ink there, look? So I've just hit the ink sac, which I actually wanted to do that, because as soon as it's all gone, the better. And then turn him over. Now this bit's really easy, look. So all I'm going to do, look, is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to come out there. So let's do that. And then there's his little pipe there. Look, I might not get it, but hey. Oh, almost, look, almost, just missed it. Never mind. Right. So there's it through there, look, and just pull the line through at the back. Okay. And now this baby's ready to wrap up. So that's a nice little tasty morsel for Mr. Conger there. And so all I need now is my elastic, and it's falling down here. Right. Now this ain't no normal elastic. This is your old-fashioned knicker elastic, right? So in your haberdashery, you can go in there, and it's like, it's really XXL elastic. Do you know what I mean? So let's just put that there a minute. See, it's black as hell already. So all I do is hold it like that. Okay. Obviously, start wrapping. Don't worry about the little tentacly bits. They can just wrap up as well. And the most important thing is to concentrate on the hook, the eye of the hook there, because this needs to be, and I'm going very tight with this, and it's really strong. You can really pull on it and it doesn't snap. And I'm just bunching that, working it up there, look, to the top. And then this bit here, look, the head, this little bit here, you can actually, when there's a bit more of it, you can actually do that, gather it up, look. And it's starting to look a bit like a cockerel now, isn't it? No? Right, excuse me, my eyes are watering here. There's got like 30 mile an hour wind in the eyes. So just gather that up. So that, look how disguised that hook is there, look. You can hardly see it. All right, that's exactly what I want. So let's just finish wrapping this up at the back. And my eyes are proper streaming now. And I haven't had any onions. Right, so there you go. So that's nicely bound up. And more importantly, the hook, you see that? It's really tough to move, it's jammed. So I've really worked on that eye there, look, and you can't really move it. So that's exactly what you want. What you don't want is that to fold away when Mr. Conger comes along and bites down on it. You want that to remain proud and coming out the bait at all times. And then just to finish off, do a little butcher's job, look. So round your fingers a couple of times. I'll do it 3 times so you can see what I'm doing there, look. And then I just pass that back through the loop. It's all basic stuff, you know, if you're into wrapping up sand eels or any bait like that, you'll know how to do that. So there you go, let's put that down there. And there we have, just put that there, look, a nice, yummy, really nice cuttlefish bait there. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm really happy with my other little mackerel head. The mackerel head's just going over the side here, just so I can, you know, see what's about. The other one I'm going to launch out over this reef, about 50 yards, and it's very deep here, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's an intro, a starter if you like, for the Conger series. So we've done 2 baits there, cuttlefish and mackerel, and now I'm going to launch these into the River Tamar and catch a 35-pound eel. Tight lines.